Here we have a Class D mono amplifier, Pioneer, and the problem of this amplifier, it has power, the blue light is turning on, but there is no audio. The customer is already disassembled this. All the screws are already removed. As you can see, there is a spot here and on the surface of the board, and this one is on the terminal of the capacitor. So maybe touching on the capacitor. That's why there is a sign of spark on this area and on this area. What I am going to do now is to find out what is the cost, why there is no audio. First thing first, we have to apply the basic troubleshooting. The first thing that what I am going to do is to visual check the component parts to see if there is an obvious component that burnt or discoloration. I am going to start over here. Let us see under the camera what is the condition of the components. We have to check individually the condition of some parts on the board, because sometimes there's a sign that the component part having faulty, like there's a sign that some have discoloration on it or burnt. Okay, we have to check also the micro resistor, surface mounted resistor, like this one. Sometimes it gets faulty, we cannot see on our naked eye. So this one okay, nothing obvious, no obvious burnt. Okay, so okay. We must check visually if those components are no sign of burnt. This transistor, micro transistor, okay, and the other side here, diode, okay. Okay, so this is the amp section, this is the power amp, and we can see that there is no something obvious on this part. It looks clean. In this part also, okay. It seems on this part is looking good. There is no obvious burnt part or discoloration. So let's see under the camera at the back side. It has a lot of micro parts over here. Let us check under the camera. I am going to start over here. Okay, so everything is fine so far here. Okay, no discoloration. Also here, no burnt parts. Okay. Over here, okay. And here you can see that there is a sign of spark, the one that I showed it to you earlier, and it seems okay now. There is no damage over here. This is the positive supply. We will check later the supply voltage of this unit, what is the rated voltage. So it seems okay, there is no sign of parts discoloration or burnt part. So next thing to do is to check the power supply. As you can see here, it has a lot of supply. You have always check the markings on the board, like for example this one, negative 16 volts, positive 16 volts, and this one is a high voltage. I think this is the main power supply going to the amplifier, and we do have also here on this connector, like for example this one, it has a lot of pin assignment on this part. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So meaning this side is for these pins, and on the other side is for these pins, and as you can see, it has positive 16 volts and negative 16 volts. So this is the part that we are going to check if there is a complete voltage like 16 volts positive and 16 volts negative. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will just apply power supply on it. I do have here a small transformer just for checking only. We only need 12 volts. Positive, another positive, and negative. Let us double check. This is the positive and the negative is here. Let me confirm the supply voltage. If it is 12 volts, positive, negative. So we do have 10, 11, 12, 14 volts. 14 volts. Okay, so let us check. Now the connection of the power supply is, as you can see, it has power here, positive, and the system control, and the ground, which is negative. So to make the unit turn on, you have to connect the ground one line, and this system control is must be connected to the power line together. So we have negative, negative, and we have positive, okay, and another positive on this part. The power must be on. Yes, now the power is turned on. Okay, so let us face it down and check the reference voltage. I will just reconnect it again, the positive, to turn on the power. Okay, let us confirm. Power is on. Let me grab my tester. My selector switch on my testers is set to 50, and this is the capacitor that the line voltage is running. Let me check first here. Oops, we do have 45 volts on this line, positive, and on the other line we do have also 45 volts, negative. This one is negative, this one is positive. So meaning we have supply on the amplifier. And let's go over here. We do have negative 16 volts and positive 16 volts. So let me check first the negative 16 volts. This is the negative 16 volts line. Check. We do have 11 volts. Okay, 11 volts. And let us check the positive 16. The positive 16 line is over here. Okay, so we don't have positive 16 lines on this part, no? Okay. So we have 16, but we do not have positive 16 volts. So maybe this is the reason why there is no sound, because as far as I know, the positive 16 and negative 16 is the regulated supply for the preamp. For sure, this is the reason why amplifiers no sound. Anyway, let us check over here. As you can see, it has... Okay, let me tell this. Over here, it has negative 16 volts and positive 16 volts also. So maybe this is the regulator. Let me focus the camera over there. Okay, here we go. The selector switch on my tester is already set to 50. And let's go over here. We have to measure it directly to the regulator. I can see that positive 16 volts over here. Positive 16 volts. So the test prod of my tester, I will just put it the negative, the black test prod over here. Let us check this pin. Positive. Okay, there is no positive supply. How about on this side? Okay, we get 15 volts over here. And how about on this side? No supply. No. Here. 15. Here. No also. It shows negative. But it should be positive. So meaning we have a faulty line on this part. Because this regulator, the positive 16 volts is running on this part. So it was confirmed that the problem is on the positive supply. Let's move to negative 16. If you are measuring the negative 16, you have to put the red test probe on the ground and check. Okay, we do have 12 volts here. How about at the middle? We do have 14, and on this part we do have 12. So meaning this part for the 16 volts negative is okay, but for the positive 16 volts is not okay. We are not getting any positive here. So okay, next thing to do is to check this one physically. Okay guys, this one is a transistor, a normal transistor. For the negative is B1566 and for the positive is D2395. On this part, B1566, the supply is okay. The negative 16 volts. But for the D2395, we are not getting any supply for positive. So we have to check this physically if it is faulty or not. D2395 is NPN transistor. If you are going to check that transistor NPN, you have to set your analog tester to X1 and calibrate it to 0 ohms. For the NPN, the base is over here and the collector is on the second pin and the emitter is on the third pin. Now if you are measuring or checking NPN, the black test rod must be on the steady on the pin 1 here, and the red one is on the second pin. And let us check. Okay, we get low reading on this collector or second pin, and let us check on the third pin. This one is okay. Actually the reading of the transistor is like that, 5, 6, 7, 8 ohms, but on the second pin we get not correct value. Third pin, okay, so it's confirmed that the faulty part is this transistor. But let me check also this, the B1566, which is for the negative supply. B1566 is a PNP transistor. If you are going to measure the PNP transistor by using the analog, you have to set also on the X1 and calibrate the pointer to 0 ohms. If we are going to measure the PNP, the red test probe must be on the first pin and the black is on the second pin. Check. 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is okay. This is the correct value or the correct reading. Third pin, yes, this one is okay. And for, let me check again, the D2395, low reading, correct reading. So meaning it's confirmed really that the problem is on this part, on this transistor. Okay guys, so let me check, because it has also here, over here, a micro component. We do have a micro component also here. This one is D602 and attached on the negative 16 volts, which is okay, and the other one is D601, meaning this is a diode, and this one is capacitor. So we must check this also. By checking this, we have to set our analog tester to X1 times 1, and we have to check the diode. Okay, it seems that this diode is also faulty, no? The reading is just like a shorted. Yes, it seems shorted. Let me check on the other side. Yes, also this diode is faulty. So we do have two problems here, the transistor and this diode. Let me check this one. Okay, this is the correct reading of the diode. It is just like a transistor reading. And let me check on the other side. No movement. This one is okay. This one is not okay. So we do have two problems. We have to replace this and this. But before that, let me check it out circuit if it is really faulty. I am going to check first the transistor. Okay, screw is out. Removing this transistor is so easy. You have to apply soldering lead. More soldering lead is okay. And then while heating, you have to pull it down. You have to apply heat, more heat, and then move. And if it is soft to move like this, you have to pull down. That's it. Our transistor is out, and you have to clean it by soldering pump. Okay, also here and here. Okay, now let us check the condition of this transistor. Remember that the NPN, this transistor is D, the base is here, and our test probe must be on first pin. Check. So the condition of this transistor, guys, is open, no reading. Let me reverse the test. Okay, open. No reading. No reading at all. Okay. How about on this diode? We tested it earlier that it was shorted. Yes, it's really shorted. Oh my. Okay, so the problem is we do not know what is the part number of this diode because we do not have schematic diagram for this model, so we do not know what is the value of this Zener diode. This is the part number of this diode. It has number on the surface 55, also here 55. I can see here the device marking, which is 55. This one, the minimum volts is 3.7 and the maximum is 4.1. So I am not sure if this is the correct one. If someone watching this video and you know what is the value of this diode, please share with us, and we are very thankful if you can share it the correct part number of this diode. That's all for this video, and I hope that we can get this part. Once I get this part, I am going to share it with you, and let us see if it is these are the only faulty component. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you do have some questions, please leave your comment down below.